guys, Mike from the Off-Grid Shop here, and today we're going to do a bit of a walk around the buggy and we're going to show you what we're trying to do and where everything's going to go. So let's start at the back here. So this is actually, it's actually electric tipper in it, which is pretty cool to work out. We've got the kitchen in there, what it's going to do. But my plan is, what I want to be able to do is have the induction cooktop on here. We pull up to where we're doing, whatever we're doing with the buggy. Our batteries are here. We're going to have a bit of a drawer here so we can pull our cutlery, our plates and things like that. We'll probably have some foldable bowls and a foldable kettle. I need a bit of foldable kettle. We have the induction cooktop up here. The induction cooktop would actually really only just go this side. We actually have a 2-burner which actually just fills this side. I don't know what we're going to do on that side. So maybe we might put the induction cooker here with the inverter on this side, and maybe that's maybe what we'll do. We might put a little fridge slide on the side here and the fridge can live there. Yeah, I think.
I was going to ask where the fridge is going.
Yep, so I think we'll make a space there for our little 60-litre fridge is what we're going to do.
And then swag that on top.
Yeah, we'll fit the swag in there. Well, yeah, so literally the solar panels will come out about this high. I wish the boys didn't take them off, but that's okay. We love you, Sophie. So you've got my solar panels and my racks up my battery. So it's all right, we'll let you off. The solar panels come in here and say, yeah, literally the swag could sit up on top there. And maybe we can have something that sits, maybe a little storage box that sits on under here that sort of makes it level between the fridge. So the swag can sit there. We've got that. The solar panels actually do come out the back here. So actually quite far out, which is cool.
Tell us about the actual buggy. Like, what do you mean? Like, where can you go off-road? It looks pretty hardcore, so it looks like it can kind of go anywhere.
Yeah, well, it's a full 4x4, so it's got diff locks in it. It's electric, so it's a 48-volt electric buggy. These things, when they were first made, they're actually handmade in America back in 2015. This is actually brand new from 2015. We were the first ones to put it together. It's actually never been used besides us. And basically the story about these two things is there's two brothers that were making them. One brother, if you look at bad boy buggies these days, there's actually some bad reviews on them because the guy that they're making golf carts and then these. So the brother that ended up making the golf carts, ended up selling the business, and the golf cart, they're actually literally golf carts that guys, and in the States they use a lot for hunting, which is probably not the best use of them for them. But yeah, they use them for hunting because they're quiet, they can drive them around, they don't make any noise. Probably about the only time in life petrol's any good for the animals. So they've got electric, we've got electric winch for this thing here. They're electronically 4-wheel drive, so we can actually select to have it 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, which is pretty cool. The tipper on the back's electric. It actually has low and high range, so we actually select low and high range. One of my concerns was when we were removing the lead-acid batteries, we actually had them weighed, and we actually only lost 200 kilos removing the lead-acid batteries to put in the lithium. And I say only. What was a really good feature of these bad boy buggies when they made is because all the weight was down the bottom, and same as electric cars, you got all that big heavy weight down the bottom. Have a look here. So literally when they were made in the factory, and we're going to put 4 batteries in here, so we can put the same amount of usable storage and lithium in here compared to when these were first made. They had 4 batteries here, 2 under the boot, and at the front here with a little bonnet, which is quite cool. Ta-da! And they had another 2 batteries here. So they had 8 lead-acid 6-volt batteries all together there, making 48 volts.
That's a lot of batteries.
Yeah, well.
And a lot of weight.
Yes, exactly. So, but yeah, like I said, we're losing 100 kilos. I think the batteries were couple hundred. I got the specs written down somewhere what we were losing, but we weren't losing that much weight as what I thought we would actually lose. And I really do want to keep some of that weight because that's what's made the buggy so stable. Is when you hit rocks and hills and things like that. We had a bull bar that's gone on the front. We have a basket as well. It's actually a basket that goes on it that sits over here. This is what this latch is for. So literally you can open your basket up, get in. This was actually to check the water in the batteries. That's pretty much all it was for. So that's another thing Nathan and I forgot to talk about. We're going to want to use a Victron 48-volt to 12-volt DC converter because we're going to want to change. There is one in here when you get rid of it because Victron do one. So we take the 48-volt from the batteries, convert it back to 12-volt for the lights, USBs and things like that so we can charge phones and stuff like that when we're on the road, which is pretty cool. We do have a windscreen for it. So we've got a windscreen that goes in. These are the doors. So, yeah, when it didn't come with the latches. We got latches and stuff made up for it, which is pretty cool.
So, in wet weather, you'll just get wet?
Well, the panel's going to be on the roof, and look, there is a gap between them, and yeah, so you're going to get wet. It's pretty simple.
It's like extreme adventure.
Exactly, that's what it's all about. The important thing for us that we really, when we're doing this build, it's important that we keep these Power Plus batteries dry, and also our Victron gear, because the Victron gear is actually not IP rated. At the moment, we actually do have a Victron solar regulator under the seat. So if you come over, look down over here, so that's an MPPT we had mounted down there. For the moment, we actually will probably move that and get it more into the IP rated area, because they're not IP rated. That green box over there is actually the controller. So everything goes to that there. We've had some issues with it. Reverse doesn't work in it. The key doesn't open the contactor, so to find back and chase that. So there's a lot of stuff with the wiring. We spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. But yeah, so for now, this is where the charge is going to go. So we had to plug it in, and that's going to charge the battery. And then we're also going to have another outlet on it that we can actually plug into somewhere else and pull the energy back out of it, which is going to be pretty exciting. So we can use it as a vehicle to grid project, which is that's what I'm really excited about. There is going to be some infrastructure when I want to install the shop here and some contactors and to make it safe. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to plug it in, charge the batteries, plug it in your house, charge your house, whichever way you want to think about it. It's going to be pretty cool.
So I know it's going to be, a few weeks for the build, a few weeks plus a few weeks. But are you already imagining the first place you're going to take it off-road for your first kitchen cook-up?
Yep.
Kitchen cook-up?
I know exactly where we're going to go. We're going to go to a place called Rover Park, which is up on the Great Dividing Range and out towards Tenterfield. Rover Park is a really cool property. If you haven't been there, if you're into this sort of stuff, buggies, motorbike riding, four-wheel driving, it's a ride park, four-wheel drive park. And yeah, they're really cool people. So we're going to head out there. We fixed a few of their solar systems out there. That's where we actually have our team meetings when we're allowed to outside of COVID. Every year we go stay at Rover Park. And last year when we had our team meeting, I was hoping we'd have both electric buggies fixed and done, but we had battery issues with crappy batteries. So.
And what's going to be on the menu for the first hookup on the off-grid buggy?
Oh, I think. So I love curries. And if you don't know Vindaloo, a lot of people think Vindaloo is a spicy Indian recipe. Vindaloo is actually a traditional way of storing meat that the Spanish actually did, or the Portuguese, one of the two. If you Google it, it's on the internet, so it must be true. But the sailors actually used to store in red wine. So a Vindaloo is actually storage. I love they make these Vindaloos. It's about storing meat. And you make them and you put the curry down for about 3 to 6 months. One of my mates has left one for 2 years and it's amazing. So they are really hot, don't get me wrong. They're really spicy. But it's one of those things you're eating, it tastes so sweet and you wonder why you're sweating. So I think I might whip up a Vindaloo and store some meat. That's pretty cool. So that's probably going to be the first recipe. We'll do a Vindaloo cook-up.
That sounds really delicious.
They are good. They are good. What freaks most people out is that, you left it in a jar for 3 to 6 months, but it's just a way of storing meat.
No, I was just reading the other day about eggs, storing eggs, uncooked eggs in, I don't know whether it was in vinegar or not, but you can save them up to 12 months.
Yep.
So good.
Yep. No, totally. So, yeah, it's a big problem people get with eggs. People get a lot of chickens, and yeah, so.
What do they do with them?
No, that's it.
Not too many omelettes.
So on the back here, we are going to put a little tow bar on it. This buggy can actually be registered. One of our customers actually has one which is registered as registerable. So we actually will get the compliance plate and stuff like that put on it so we can actually get it registered and do some fun stuff with it. It'd be pretty cool if I actually drive this to work. That'd be exciting.
That'd be so cool.
So to get some
stop on the way and cook up something on the way.
Street tow in my whole 3 minutes to drive from home to work.
A coffee.
So be pretty cool. So we had a coffee shop here, the Blue Kitchen. I maybe lend it to Franny. Franny could borrow it to the weekends and she could do some stuff with it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Over at the Blue Kitchen over there, so at the train station.
Revolutionise the world with the off-grid kitchen buggy.
Yeah. But electric vehicles are actually really simple. I think there's some crazy statistics like in a petrol vehicle there's like 18,000 moving parts. In an electric vehicle there's like 5,000 moving parts. Because literally there's your motor, you've got some batteries, a controller, you want a pedal to make it go, pedal to make it stop. There's not much more to it than that. So yeah guys, is there anything else that you think that'd be cool to put in this vehicle? Let us know your ideas. If you're a camper, four-wheel driver, or just interested in this sort of stuff, let us know what you think that we've missed out on this, because this to us, we want it to be the ultimate home backup storage and vehicle you take camping for the weekend and you don't need anything else. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe down below, and any comments or questions, just put down below and we can answer there. Thanks guys and have a great day.